What's going on, everybody? This is MDENT313, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Listen, man, we had some good games. I know when you look at the score of the Washington Commanders versus the Eagles, it don't appear to be a good game, but it was good up until I say roughly about mid third quarter. The Eagles started to pull away early third quarter, but it was still kind of interesting up until late third quarter, man. Saquon Barkley, he rushed for 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Jalen Hurts, he rushed for 3 touchdowns. He threw for another touchdown. And the Philadelphia Eagles defense shut down Terry McLaurin today. She pretty much shut down Jaden Daniels in that explosive electric offense. And, man, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. When you look at the roster from top to bottom, outside of the quarterback position, Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than, Jalen Hurts. But other than that, man, when you look at the Super Bowl, we got the Eagles and the Chiefs. The Eagles, they got the better roster on both sides of the ball. They got the younger, fresher, hungrier players, in my personal opinion. And it's going to be a phenomenal Super Bowl, like the first Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be high scoring. But eventually, I believe that the Eagles are going to slowly chip away at that great defensive line that the Kansas City Chiefs have. They're going to break them down. All they need is for Jalen Hurts to not do too much and not make, he can't make more than 2 mistakes. He can't fumble and interception, maybe 2 interceptions, no pick sixes, but that's it. You can't have more than 2 mistakes. This Chiefs team is too well coached. They're too precise, they're too smart, they're too experienced. You're going to have to run the ball. That's their Achilles heel, man. That defensive line is good as far as getting to the quarterback, but you can run on the Kansas City Chiefs. That's why I believe if my Lions would have been able to play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, because that's their weak point, we could have really, really, really taken advantage of it. And I believe the Eagles, with Saquon Barkley, who is the best running back in football, he will definitely take advantage of that Chiefs defense. And it's all up to Jalen Hurts not to make that costly mistake at the wrong time or not to make too many mistakes. But, that was a fun game to watch up until the Eagles started to take a, run off with it. But, man, shout out to the Commanders for even getting there. I was hoping my Lions would get there. But I didn't think Jaden Daniels played a bad game. He just wasn't as great as we were used to seeing him. But, man, shout out to that young man for getting there. Shout out to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles for getting back. Shout out to Nick Sirianni for putting together a great team. Always drafting well. Always drafting that on that defensive and that offensive line. Great pickup with Saquon Barkley. Way to calm down all the turmoil. As you know, the Eagles had a lot of, A.J. Brown trouble. He was getting into it with Jalen Hurts, but it looked like they got these guys on the same page. Shout out to Jalen Hurts for coming back from that injury, man. You could tell he still haven't looked quite the same as prior to the injury, but he's doing extremely well, not putting the ball in harm's way, not costing his team, costly turnovers and stuff like that. Now, that Chiefs versus Bills game, let's talk about it. That game was nothing short of electric. That is a football game at its finest. You saw good defense when, both teams needed to come up with crucial stops. You saw 2 MVP caliber quarterbacks, and you saw the best quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. You saw the second or third best quarterback in Josh Allen make play after play, smart decision after smart decision. You saw elite level coaching at the highest levels. Andy Reid is the best coach in the NFL, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Even had he never won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, I don't care if he never won a Super Bowl, him getting the 4 NFC title games with that Philadelphia Eagles team was Hall of Fame worthy in itself. But what he did with the Kansas City Chiefs is first ballot Hall of Fame. Legendary coach. He's the second best coach in my opinion, right after Bill Belichick. Then you got guys like Don Shula, what's my man, Brad Johnson, I think he would have won 3 had they not had Jerry Jones not interfered or whatever. But man, listen, Patrick Mahomes, he ran the ball. I wasn't expecting Patrick Mahomes to run the ball as well as he ran the ball today. But he made big plays with his arm, made big plays with his leg. Shout out to the Bills defense, man. They did a good job of kind of slowing down the Chiefs' rushing attack. The Chiefs had to get extremely creative. They couldn't just hand the ball off to Pacheco or Kareem Hunt. They had to do a little trickery with Xavier Worthy. Patrick Mahomes had to get involved in a run game. Kareem Hunt, they had to pretty much run by committee. Shout out to Andy Reid, man. It's just an offensive wizard. He just understands the game of football like no other. Shout out to the Chiefs defense, man. Chris Jones is an absolute beast. He's the first person I seen, for the most part, do a great job with that tush push, man. And getting underneath, stopping it at the point of attack. Chris Jones is one of the best defensive tackles this game ever seen. I won't put him on the same level as Aaron Darnold, but he ain't too far from him. I tell you that, man. Chris Jones is an absolute monster. Nick Bolton coming off the edge played extremely well. Man, Josh Allen, but he was making play after play after play. And that Bills defense, man, they came up with 2 stops in the second half, back to back, which ultimately gave Josh Allen an opportunity to put the Bills up, in which he did. And, you know, he not only did he put them up, but the Chiefs came back down there and scored. Josh Allen came back down there and scored a touchdown, hit Curtis Samuels with a beautiful pass in the back of the end zone to tie it up at 29-29. You know, Mahomes getting the ball, I think it's maybe 5 or 6 minutes left. They marched down, but the Bills defense did what they were supposed to do. They held the Chiefs to 3 points, gave Josh Allen time to, work. But listen, man, the Chiefs came up huge. And that game, man, should go down as one of the greatest football games of all time, man. I hope that the Super Bowl turned out to be a classic like that game was. Man, it was fun to watch. And I got to credit, last thing, I got to credit the Bills defense. They pretty much shut out Travis Kelce. They made Travis Kelce look old, slow, lethargic, washed up. Man, they played a great game. And I noticed when you take Travis Kelce out of the equation as much as you possibly can, Patrick Mahomes will struggle and he will make mistakes. But that's the key. Slowing down the rushing attack and take 87 out the game. That's the key. And keeping the ball out of their hands with a great running attack, because you can take advantage of that Chiefs defense, as I said. But, man, I'm excited about this, man. I can't wait to see the Super Bowl. I hope you guys are, man. Let me know what you guys think of the conference championship games. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.